I was born to be free.
Guy, how you doing?
What's up, everybody? How you doing? Happy Wednesday. People think I'm on Adderall today. People think I'm on absolute crack today. I'll tell you this, man. I am just high on life as we do. Guys, today, Bitcoin is dumping. And, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say I didn't see it coming. But I want to get another perspective to you. I would like to introduce all of you, if you do not know, to Mr. Flopping Groper. He's here on Discord with me. And, listen. Oh, my treadmill is making some funky noises right now. But listen, I'm going to tell you guys this right now. Disclaimer on his end. Flopping Groper's a G. If you don't know, his name is Nick. Nick, what's up, brother? How are you?
How's it going, man? Can you hear me? Can everyone hear me?
I can hear you. Let's make sure that the people can hear you. Guys, can we get a sound check? Can we get some pickle emojis in the chat if you guys can hear
Can
Nick?
you guys hear the Flopping Groper? Can you hear my voice?
Can you guys hear his angelic voice? Let me know in the comments real quick. and hit the.
I think they can hear. I think they can hear me,
I
man.
think so too,
Man, dude, you
man.
hype me up, dude. I got a flight in a couple hours, so I needed this, bro. I'll be in Vegas tonight, so yeah, man, you're hyping me up big time.
This is the pre for Vegas. What are you doing in Vegas?
So Crown Chakra, the guy who does all of our music, he's performing there, so I'm just gonna be out there representing MC, man.
Yeah, true. What is he like doing like a festival or something?
Yeah, Club Ego, he's live with these other blockchain artists. And it's called the Crypto Moon Party, but it's honestly now with
Okay.
the price, bro, it's like the Crypto Doom Party. So,
That was the best signal to short right there. Crypto.
dude, I was thinking about that, man. Like the Dubai shit going on, that was an ill omen. Like usually, like big crypto meetups and events like are bearish. Like, and think about how Michael Saylor was like on a gigantic stage. Like,
Yeah.
it was like at the start of March and shit. Like, man, when you see Michael Saylor propped up on stage and you see these crypto events, man, oh my gosh.
I feel like they use that, man, because like every single I feel like every big convention they have, like I know they have like the Bitcoin thing every year in Miami, but I feel like every time that there's
That shit
something like that,
sucks, dude.
I mean
It gets
I
more expensive every year and they give you less.
what do they
They
even
give you less.
what do you even get there? Like what do you even
Bro,
do?
you don't get anything, bro. You get some fat crypto bros wearing like Hawaiian shirts, like bragging about how many coins they have.
But like what's the point of it? Like is it to like raise awareness or
There
like
is no point, bro. It's just a big circle jerk, bro. Like, what do you want
man,
me to tell you, man?
that
I
is
mean, I hate going to them.
that is
Not gonna lie.
so gay, bro. When I was going to Miami in March, I made it clear because I actually don't even know when these things are. Like I have no idea if they're, I just remember that there was a thing in March like a couple years ago. So I made it known. I was like, listen, if there's a Bitcoin thing going on, like that's not what I'm going for. I am not trying to be in Miami with that many virgins all at once.
Dude, I think it's crypto people. That's the problem is they lack gratitude. Like they don't know how to work for shit. They just like put their money in the coins and hope shit goes up. So it's like these are not high quality people that make you want to invest in crypto.
Man, that's like the biggest problem I think with like our asset class is these guys like don't not that they don't value money, but like they don't know the value of the money that they made or make off of crypto, especially when you're buying in the bear market and then like now here we are. They don't understand, a 24-year-old kid that has 2 mil in a crypto wallet because he bought some shit coin on Solana like 6 months ago and that thing like 2000x'd. You know what I mean? Like they don't know what the value of the dollar is, I feel like.
Or maybe they do. It's just addicting to sell your Gucci for some Vans and just put it all into crypto and just continue being a bum
Yeah.
and just like buying more and more numbers on the screen, man. It's like an addiction.
I mean,
But you got to channel it into something healthy. You got to channel it into something positive for yourself.
it's definitely like a gambling thing for sure. And I think like, like anything, there needs to be balance. And I think you do a very good job with the whole push-ups thing. I mean, I joined you for a little bit on that, but I'm hitting the gym every day, so like it's hard to do that on chest days and shit. But I mean, turning the message into a positive spin that's like not necessarily crypto related, I think is like I mean,
It
number one,
kind
it's
of is crypto
inspiring.
related because it has to do with like proof of work. Like I don't know, there's some tie-ins to it that I made, bro. But yeah, man, it's just about I mean, I just did a post the other like yesterday or whatever, and I said like the best hedge is investing in yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I saw
Like
it.
as long as you're pumping, as long as you're feeling better tomorrow, who gives a shit what the world's doing? Because that stuff's out of your control, but you do have complete control over how you feel and how you're reacting to this like the things that are happening. Like obviously the price is going down. It's shitty from from a bull's perspective, but there's a better way to look at prices coming down. It's more time for the common man, institutions to get into crypto. You can short it and get more crypto as you're shorting. You shake out the weak hands and the people who are undeserving. So I mean there's so many positive ways to look at downside, but that's what a lot of investors have a problem with is flipping on the short boosters, and or maybe they do short but like they accept like a spiritual bear market for themselves and like their life gets worse off when the prices go down.
Yeah,
So yeah,
man.
we got to be mindful of that and fight that shit every day, bro. Keep shorting, but don't short yourself, you know?
Yeah, no, I mean, like that's what I meant by not making it crypto related. Like, I feel like the crypto bros and the people that don't actually have a sense for money, just like literally their entire life is crypto, and God forbid Bitcoin goes down, you know,
Yeah.
two thousand
Well, because
percent
they're heavily
overnight.
invested, they have to shill shit. But dude, do you want me to look at the charts, man? I got some key levels for your audience to look at.
If you want to pull
I
up
could
the
stream in the
charts,
Discord.
yeah, let's do it. Let's get some charts up.
Okay.
Let me pop you in here.
All right. Do you see my trading view?
Yep, you're good. You're live.
All right, sweet. So, man, one anchor we were really looking at, guys, like for the last like month and a half was our year-to-date anchor, this purple line, which is a volume-weighted average price that we placed on January 1st. And so, you know, by remaining over the year-to-date anchor, it's like 2024 is a bullish year for Bitcoin. But as you guys can see, we did get a little like I guess like a dead bounce or something like off that level here, but now we're under it. And so this is threatening us with the idea that 2024 is not a good year for Bitcoin from at least from a volume weighted average standpoint. So even though we are higher, you can see that like we're at this VWAP here. So you know, there's some scenarios I'm thinking like first of all, like I put a VWAP at this relevant low back here because I needed something in the middle between the year to date and then this green one here is our Q4 of 2023. So this kind of marks the start of like a lot of the bull run here. So we could come down as low as 52K eventually, but we might get snagged here at this like 55K level. So that I believe is like these anchors, like the purple, red, and green anchors, are probably going to define our range for like all of May, pretty much. We could come up and perhaps like hit a short off of like, you know, this anchor here at this low, or you could place an anchor like at this high here. They're pretty much the same at the same level. So this, like if you followed this anchored VWAP, this could be a good short opportunity coming up. But I got this kind of bearish leaning now. Like, you know, you gotta look at the big picture here and like you know, now that this monthly close is super bearish, you guys got to realize that you know, even though it did seem like 100K was like magnetizing us toward it, with this kind of close, you have to consider like a magnetization kind of toward the downside, you know, of the linear like not non-logarithmic chart, which would seem like a triple top, but if you look at the log scale, it's actually kind of more like a cup and handle for Bitcoin. It's actually kind of a bullish setup where like you had like a bull continuation and then we have the cup and then you have like a handle, right? Something like this. And then you have, I guess, like a bullish next spring season. So that was like something that I've been like strongly considering if this monthly candle really does play out the way people are expecting it to, then yeah, like we would see potentially like a red yearly close. Like that's what I was thinking, and that's like a scenario that a lot of people aren't accounting for. You know, people were saying like left translated cycle and like dude, I don't know, man. I just feel like no one's really talking about this year being like a slightly red year or some shit. And that would explain I don't know. I just feel like chin checking the people who bought in here at the year to date at around like 43K, like people basically testing the people who believed in Bitcoin just because of ETF hype, basically. You know, and that kind of lines up with our 2 year anchor. Like if you put an anchor on January 1 of last year, you know, this was like our support all of like the bull run so far. And it's look, it seems pretty far down, but this might come up, you know, this might like come up on us a bit. We might have to interact with that 2 year anchor if this 2024 year to date anchor becomes resistance and we flip bearish underneath it. So those are the kinds of things I'm considering right now, man. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, man, I think you raised like a lot of good points in that, like, you know, in general, in a bull market and you know, investors only want to hear up and they don't really take into consideration that down is like a possibility. You know that, I mean, I've been like these guys have been gunning at me and I've been like biting back because I'm saying like, guys, like this can happen. And look at just the previous cycle, right? Like look at how much of a correction we had in the healthiest bull market possible. Like if you go to the first wave down, like yeah, like that first wave in May of like 2021, I believe, and you measure the from the high to the low, that's like a 60% correction almost, like from the very high to the low. Yeah, from there to
I
yeah
got
to the
like right
right.
here
Yeah, all the way
down to
down.
here. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's a
yeah.
50%,
Yeah, that
55%.
was a fatty. Yeah, we were up here in this little like bullish trumpet pattern. It looked like, I guess, and then it slipped down, and then it capitulated.
Yeah, man. And I
Yeah,
don't think that that looks very different from where we are right now in terms of like we spent a lot of time up there. We had a relatively fast move up. You know, we sustained up there for a few months, a few weeks. And, you know, like if you're looking at Market Cipher, these
yeah. The weekly waves. One big indication that I've been previewing like my community on is like, when these blue waves go over the 60 line, it's hard to doubt them, right? Like that's kind of like uncontrollable levels of market momentum where you get like knives to the upside and shit. But once we get a close like under the 60 line, basically right here, or let me
yeah, yeah.
just this shit right here that I'm looking at right here. This is really bad. Like if a weekly crosses down like this, like that's what marked the, I guess, like the psychological top of the last bull run. Even though we had this, see this like bear div, and then we go higher. So maybe it's likely that we have like, I guess, like a macro bounce back up, but it's like we could have like a double top again, So that's something that could happen as well. But that would be shown as on this weekly wave as like a totally separate pump. It would probably be a divergent wave like that, and you would see an overall downtrend in the momentum. But
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, this is kind of guilty until proven innocent on the weekly, bro. Like this would have to turn up or give us a little green dot or something before we even consider touching this from like a, it's like, oh, let me buy the dip. It's like why if you
dude,
don't really
that
have the
is man.
backup,
Man,
you
that
know.
is my biggest problem with like all these crypto guys is when they say, and like especially the Twitter influencers, they're the worst with it because they don't actually have like a real what I'll call interactive following. Like, you know, they're either a hot girl so they have a following or like some faceless like nerd account that no one knows, it's anonymous, whatever. But like I think at least for me, this is my approach. Like we're forward facing, like people have gotten to know me, have gotten to know my personality, so I can't say up only, I can't say did you buy the dip. And I think the term did you buy the dip is like kind of a loaded question because it's basically implying that the dip is over, right? Like if you're saying it in past tense. And my biggest issue is that these people don't know. Like they don't know, right? I don't sit here every day and claim to say, yeah, Bitcoin's going to 100K. It's inevitable, whatever. I don't know that. Just like I'm not going to say Bitcoin's going to 20K because I also don't know that. You know, what I do every day is I present the data and through like my lens, through my perspective, and people don't necessarily agree with it, but I can't be the one that shills garbage and just says up only because that's what the clicks
No, yeah,
get.
it's
Like I
kind of
don't.
like, it's kind of fascist, like that kind of the way people on Twitter in particular simply just spout the truth that they want, that it should be in their minds, for them to win. It just
Yeah.
kind of seems like they feel like if they can just talk over everyone else, or talk louder than other people, then their truth will prevail. But in reality, what I feel like they did is they prevented a whole real bull market from happening with their loud mouths. It's like we're trying to, like savor the last scene of the Titanic where Rose gets saved, where like the majority of the profit, on like Rose getting saved is made and shit, and they're just kind of like turning off our Titanic movie and then running their Titanic movie off on another television right next to us, saying, this ship is unsinkable,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's a new party above deck, and you know what I'm saying? It's like you want to strangle them, you want to break their pencil neck, because it's like, yo, I'm finishing my movie over here. I'm like in the cold waters of rescue, measuring my breaths, like taking this careful. and these voices are getting like everyday people wrecked basically. But yeah, that's never been what Market Cipher is about. Like it's hard to call tops and shit. And really, as a trader, you don't even need to be in the business of calling tops and bottoms and shit. You just got to get in, make your money, and get out. But yeah, man, it's like we gotta our words have weight.
Yeah,
So you just
man.
got to be more careful.
100%. And like that's something that I learned with like, I just started the channel a year ago. Like I just turned one, and that's something that I've learned over the past year. And our words have influence, and that bears consequence. Not to like be super cheesy, but to quote Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility. And for me, I can't do that, in my opinion, like demonic shit where I tell everybody, yeah, 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 we're going up only. Did you pump your, or did you buy the dip? Did you buy the dip? Did you this? Did you that? Because I don't know that. And my biggest problem with these people is that they claim to know it. Like, and then if and when it happens, they say basically, I told you so. And the perfect example is that this cycle is broken. I actually want to talk to you about the cycle, because this cycle is broken, right? We took the high before the halving, which we've historically never done. And all the influencers are like raving about how they told us so, they told us so, the ones that said it anyway. And I'm in the camp of like they didn't actually know, and perhaps they just say that every cycle and whatever. And this is just the one that hits, and the most recent one, so the one that's like memorable. And I don't know, man. Like I think the cycle being broken is actually not a good thing. I don't think it's a good thing at all. I mean, if you're looking at market cipher on the higher term time frames, like I'm talking on the weekly, we have divergences across cycles. Like we have money flow divergences across cycles. We have momentum wave divergences across cycles. Now you could argue maybe these cycles or maybe market cipher isn't super relevant across cycles like this, across such a big time
No, no,
period.
it is like, especially if you look at the monthly on this BLX chart, like you see the money flow kind of overall trending down, the waves kind of tapering out, even though we haven't pinched off here on this monthly chart. And you wouldn't really want to count this wave out just yet because like there's other points in these previous runs where it looks like it's pinching off in like a
And then it
loaf and
fakes
then
you
it just
out.
runs back up. Yeah, so we could get some fake out shit in theory, but also this is just because like Bitcoin dominance in general is trending down. It's becoming a less of a share of the cryptocurrency space. But also like I don't know, it's I think that it's kind of a wrong notion because now Bitcoin is kind of like Bitcoin adoption is within striking distance, and our founding fathers in America like believed that gold and silver were the only real forms of money. And
Yeah.
so like if in the event of a dollar collapse, you do want some Bitcoin. Like I'm kind of no longer in the point where I would sell all my Bitcoin
Yeah.
because like there's an actual real threat of monetary policy collapse and bad things happening in that regard, like what's happening in Japan. And I actually want some Bitcoin like for its original use case. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like just
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
case. But it's like you got to compartmentalize these parts in your mind. How much of your Bitcoin are you really trading? How much is like how much are you willing to tether up when you get big signs like this? That's a personal decision. um, yeah. So for me, like, I gotta hold a couple Bitcoin off on the side. Basically, I have to hide it from the internet, from the government, from
Yeah.
everything, and
Yeah.
bury it in my backyard. Like that's the kind of shit that I think of nowadays. Which is different than previous cycles where like, I don't know, it's just in previous cycles it was like not really within striking distance, like these crypto endgame ideas like coming into fruition. But like nowadays, like there's some crypto endgame shit that I feel is I don't know, I can just see things clearly. Like, like I just it's almost like prepping, like doomsday prepping type shit. Like you definitely want to own some gold and some Bitcoin, you know what I mean?
No,
It's
dude,
just
100%, man. Like, there's no doubt the dollar is collapsing and the government is out of their fucking mind, and this, that, and the other. Like, so definitely, I believe like in the asset class 100% as a whole. I don't know how much I necessarily believe in like hodling and holding all these shit coins, like, all these racist coins that were on Solana and shit, but I do think that Bitcoin obviously serves its purpose, and it's give or take not a replacement of gold, but like, it.
It's just another option. Yeah, it's like I think the founders probably would have like adopted cryptos, or they would have been open to it. Like if they were in our time, they believe gold and silver were like the only forms of like our dollar note should be backed by real currencies. That's what they believed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um,
And things that are not fabricated. Like you can't just create gold out of nowhere like you can with the US dollar or any other dollar for that matter, right? Like we're obviously on the brink of economic collapse. I actually think we're on the brink of world collapse outside of the whole World War III thing. Like the world is just even like don't even add that in. The world is just fucked in my opinion. But yeah, I mean when it comes, that's why like trading is such a powerful skill to have learned, because you basically like are the government, and if you're good at it you can print money. That's basically what they do. Like you're
mhm,
basically
mhm.
printing money. And
Yeah, because
so
you're your own bank. Yeah,
yeah, man. And so the
it's great.
question remains like, well, what do you do with that money? And like you said, like that's everyone's personal choice. And if you can kind of understand how to trade, you can really capitalize. And earlier on the phone, one thing I mentioned to you, my opinion anyway, is like when price goes up, you are making money, okay? Like objectively, let's say if you're invested and you're not like, trading or whatever. When price goes up, you make money. You have one Bitcoin, your Bitcoin was worth 20K, now it's worth 60K, you made 40K if you sell it. Obviously, you make money on the way up. But an interesting take that I feel like not many people have is that you make crypto on the way down. And if you're bullish on crypto, on the asset as a whole, you should actually want it to go down, because if you're so sure that it's going to go up, and you're trading, right? If you shorted Bitcoin yesterday and today you made hypothetically how X amount, doesn't matter how much money. Now you can use that USDT or however, you traded, if it was inverse or whatever, to actually purchase more Bitcoin. So, or any other crypto for that matter. So the idea that up only doesn't actually even serve the, I mean, not necessarily the investors, but the traders or anyone else. Like, we said people on Twitter seem to try to like push their narrative.
It's just for
Just,
engagement, bro. Yeah, they say it's like they push the up only because that they feel like that's the only way they can get engagement. But like our community is clearly showing that there's ways to make this space engaging up or down. Like my push-up challenge is like just a way of looking at the price every day until the daily close is a number that gets you excited. Like if that's all crypto is to our viewers for a period of time because things go to shit and it's like, oh, just at least FG's telling you what the daily close is, you know what I'm saying? So you're not like not participating in the markets anymore, because that is what the institutions and this whatever, I say that word kind of lightly, but you get the idea. Like they want you to fall asleep and get bored and stop looking at it. And that was a mistake I've made in previous cycles. Is like when you just get bear marketed out of even giving a shit anymore. You almost have like PTSD or whatever. And so, yeah, I mean, I'm just combating that. I'm like here now, present, and I'm just gonna be in this bitch looking at the charts
yeah.
every day. You know what I mean? Like, and that's just the example I'm setting for like everyone who uses the software, everyone who teaches it. It's like flopping Groper is just the baseline. Like we all got to be more involved in this shit, because up or down, there's opportunities to be made, and it teaches lessons, man. Having a good mindset, like through the ups and downs of life, you got to keep moving forward, bro.
No, 100%, man. And something that I preach every day is like when you're trading, obviously you need to be disciplined to some capacity. And like you can take your skills that you learn from trading in your real life. One of the big things that I do, like I'm a very healthy guy. I'm on meal plan. I gym every day, and I preach all the time discipline in the gym, discipline in the charts. You're doing the same thing with your push-up thing. And I think that that could be applied anywhere. I don't think it's necessarily just in the gym or just in the charts. It could be applied in your relationships. It could be applied in your general finances. you know? So I think that the trading in general just teaches you how to be a better person, if that makes sense. And vice versa. Like if you get better at these other things, like the gym, you'll also have more discipline when it comes to the actual charts.
Man, the more I've been sticking to the push-ups, like because it's almost like I have this sense of duty now. I feel like that's where my discipline came from, is like the fact that it's like I imagine it for other people, even though that's kind of like a, I don't know, it's kind of just something I tell myself. Like if you just believe that, and people have told me I've inspired them and they're doing push-ups now and shit, so I do have that going for me. But like if you just tell yourself that you have to grind every day because other people rely on you, such as maybe like it could be anything, it could be your family, it could be your company, it could be whatever. Like it's hard to instill discipline just simply for yourself out of a selfish love for yourself. That's really not, you almost want to be selfish for other people. I don't know if that makes sense, but like when I do my push-ups, I'm like, I gotta inspire my community. I gotta be a good man for my family. You know, I gotta basically turn this trading crypto addiction of mine into something positive where I win either way. You know, so that way if Bitcoin goes to fucking zero, then I at least can hold my head up high. At least I could rep some young LA and at least still be a cool dude you actually want to talk to who freaking did it, man. I did push-ups all the way to zero. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, man.
So,
Honestly, like you
you
turn,
know, it's like a win-win either way, you
yeah, like
know.
you turn a situation where most people, like I said, like have maybe they're overexposed, their life is just a little bit too much in Bitcoin, and you turn something that would be a horrendous situation for most, and you make it great. And not only that, but you said it, man. You inspire people to do it. I think that you have, you know, a powerful message to send, and I think that you do a good job of delivering your message. Not everybody can do what you and I do, which is get in front of these strangers every day and connect with them on a personal level. And I think that you have that I don't, like, for lack of a better word, I'm gonna just say zing. Like you have the ability to connect to strangers over the internet without knowing what they look like. Here, I'll pull up his X here. Come on Twitter and just go flopping Groper. Anyways, you have it. Some people just don't have
Yeah.
it, and this goes back to my whole like Spider-Man quote, which is with great power comes great responsibility. And like these people listen to you, bro, and you're inspiring your colleagues, right? Like you found me, I found you, and whoever else may come down the line to join the Market Cipher fam and whatever else. So I think like taking crypto as a whole and turning it into something that's not just crypto, because too many people, I find this is like their whole life. But go outside, like smell some fresh air, touch grass, as they say, because at the end of the day, man, these are just numbers on a screen, and this is not what life is about. And I think that we do a good job of um providing a service, what I will call, to our people.
Man, I would say that like when the price goes down, people think of me, which is funny. They rush to my videos to drop a little comment like don't give up, or they'll tell me some things to encourage me, which I appreciate. Um, but to be honest, the hardest day of this challenge was day one. Like, there's no day that's ever going to be harder than the first day, or maybe it was day two. But either way, when I started this challenge, I had no idea if I was dreadfully wrong and it was just going to go down from there, and I'm just like an idiot who started doing push-ups at a literal top. I was viewing it like a trade, but it ended up being a banger trade. Since I started the challenge, it pumped like 70%. And like I put a little anchored VWAP on that day that I started, and I guess you would have exited that trade on the day that price came back down and touched that anchored VWAP, which if I'm looking at the chart, I guess that would have been April 12th, or let's see here, it would have been on you would have sold on March 19th actually, if you just like got out on the day that the price punctured the day I started my push-up challenge. So
When
it
did you
probably would have
start? Was
saved
it
you.
last year or was it this year?
No, I started it on February 13th. Like,
Oh,
I
okay.
started it pretty recently. and we kind of, I basically was holding the markets up with my push-ups, kind of holding even for like 12 days, and then the Satoshi email leak came out, and in the emails, like, Satoshi is telling the world, if everyone does 100 push-ups, we'll go to 100K. And I was like, what the hell, dude? Like, that shit was weird. Like, that was like a coincidence.
Yeah.
Where I was like, wait a second, so this isn't just me like doing, I don't know, it was just such a weird like connection, but I got what Satoshi was thinking, if that really was from him. You know, it's all about proof of work, and I guess like we put electricity into Bitcoin. So what about putting our own electricity into Bitcoin? Got me thinking, like, what if there was a gym where like you run on the treadmill like a hamster and like print Bitcoin? You could like mine Bitcoin by running or some shit. Like, I was thinking like bodily electricity, like that we give off with exercise, fueling the blockchain, kind of from like a poetic sense. But I feel like that Satoshi email was more than just like a silly little joke by Satoshi. Like, it was kind of like a call for global solidarity. But we just kind of live in such a faith vacuum, and not enough people know about the Fed and like the end the Fed movement, and like, you know, like sound money. Like, no one really gives a shit about like having sound currency.
Yeah.
We just kind of use the dollar, and man, like you go out to eat, and like you'll go to a restaurant and they're like, oh, we're cashless now. But if you hand the waitress $40, like, she'll take it, right? She's gonna swipe and like pay your meal with her credit card,
Yeah.
and she's gonna pocket your $40. Like, you know, we love that cash, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Man, honestly, it's kind of crazy, like when coincidences like that happen, you know, like you were doing the whole push-up thing, and then, you know, days after, a couple weeks, however long after, that email
it
leaked,
was
like,
12 days after. Yeah, it was so
yeah,
weird.
like
If you guys
that's,
go on my Twitter and just look up the cover photo real quick. Or can you guys see my
yeah,
you
we
can
could see
see
it.
this
We
right
we
here.
could see it. Yeah.
It's kind of cut off, but Satoshi in this email, if it wasn't a forged fake Satoshi, these emails dropped. They're from 2009, but they dropped in February, right before the market pumped. And he said, if I'm no longer around, let other users know. 100 push-ups a day will send the price to 100K. So I
Man,
was
that
like,
is
so
such
I
a
was assuming,
coincidence.
yeah, and I started the challenge 12 days
Maybe
prior,
you were
you know?
Maybe Satoshi's dead and
I was,
you were
dude,
him.
dude, yes, I was literally feeling like Satoshi too, and like the Matrix fabric of the Matrix was like buckling, and it was almost like some God's plan type shit, man. Like, I definitely got a little evangelistic, and very quickly had to realize like this was affecting my opinions on price. You know, like, just as an investor and a trader and a teacher, I had to kind of like simmer down a bit, man, because like it was just like, I don't know, man.
Man,
I've
that's
been through enough
crazy.
shit in life, enough coincidences where I do believe in God, and like I don't really believe in coincidences, but you know, maybe it was just a coincidence, and I just hit some mark, like I hit a target, like in the dark kind of thing. I don't know,
Yeah, man. I mean,
but I'm gonna stick with it.
I believe, listen, I believe everything happens for a reason, and I actually don't even think that it matters whether or not, like, it's a coincidence. You know, why can't something be real if you believe it? That's kind of how I think.
Yeah, dude, and I was thinking, if enough people like believe that this email is real and take this seriously, it actually could work. I was like, wait, this actually, there it's, if this is about like global solidarity, what it turned into is, I guess, I don't know, it's like every day I was doing it, I was thinking maybe there's a chance that I tap into some algorithm and I usher in a new era of prosperity for Market Cipher, just by bringing in like a million fitness finance
Yeah,
bros who just think it's cool, like, because the Instagram algorithm or something. Like,
dude. Yeah,
that's the
like,
kind of like crazy thoughts that I have, and like it could still happen. So I'm just gonna stick with it, try to usher in some new blood into the Market Cipher fam. So if it's like, if I can't change the world, well, fuck the world. I'll try to change Market Cipher, and like I definitely have helped a lot of people. You know, just by watching me come up, other people are. It's out of competition. Like, oh, I can't have Flop and Groper outpacing me. I'm the I got the Sigma grind set. You know what I mean? I can't let FG beat me out. I love that shit. I love being this low baseline. I'm like that VWAP placed at the bottom of the Market Cipher fam, sentiment from those bear market depression lows. And it's like,
dude.
it's like I feel like all you guys, all the educators, like you, Geo, Jason, freaking everybody from Miss Teen Crypto to AJ to my brother, like everybody's kind of trended up. Like I'm like long on all you people.
Yeah,
Like I
long
love this shit,
long
man.
on the creators, long on the channels. Yeah, man. Honestly, like I said, you know, sometimes coincident. Like I believe everything happens for a reason. I'm obviously I'm like faithful to God, and I think everything happens for a reason. But also, this crazy coincidence, like that's such a coincidence because you just randomly saying you're gonna do 100 push-ups too, like 100, and the email
Well, a
12
lot. It
days later.
wasn't random. Like a lot of things happened in my life, particularly. Like I'm just the guy that was in that position when that shit went down, because I'm the brother of a world famous like Bitcoin trader. I had some
Yeah.
things happen to me where I was like already in this mode of posting fitness content and Bitcoin content. So if anyone was gonna do it, it would have been me. So yeah, there's like a lot of cards that stacked up, and like I was just the guy, I was the asshole who was there at that moment, basically, dude. And I tried. So other people were doing push-ups too. Like I saw Robert Breedlove, one of
Oh,
the
okay.
biggest Bitcoin influencers on Twitter, doing push-ups, and I was geeking out, bro. I was like, dude, if Breedlove could retweet me, man, like all my dreams will come true, and like everything's gonna change and shit. But like I had just gotten on Twitter, and so like it was just so funny, man. I was just flopping and groping that start of March in and also that Miami trip I had timed like a month in advance, and it just so happens that during all-time highs I'm in Miami. I just felt like like there was a lot of coincidences. Like how come I was in Miami doing all that cool shit like during the most frothiest hype, like when all the
Yeah.
Twitter people were freaking out.
Dude, literally, man. Honestly, like, I don't know. I think everything falls into place, and call it coincidence, call it not. I think people like, as much as I don't believe in the whole making your own reality thing because that's delusional. I do believe in like just because something isn't like real, why can't it be real to you? Like, okay, I'm contradicting myself, but basically what I'm getting at is like, it doesn't need to be like a crazy coincidence. Like, what if
Yeah.
this did something, like it changed something? The best analogy I have is, let me tell you a very stupid story, but I'm gonna tell you it anyway. So I'm in Canada, obviously the weather sucks here, but I'm under the belief that if every person in Toronto in the middle of a fucking blizzard winter storm went outside in like a t-shirt and shorts, like that, like Mother Nature would fucking stand down against us. But everyone has to be on board. Like the power of
hmm
like bringing everybody together is
hmm
like that's delusional. Like if you told me that, I'm
Yeah, it's
like,
like
yo,
AI versus it's like AI
yeah,
versus humanity. Like we're all scattered and disagreeing with each other because we need checks and balances because we're all corrupt. But
bro.
an AI would act in unison, unilaterally, and just execute the exact move that needs to be done,
Yeah, and
like as
like
a hive mind, So
and
yeah, like things operate differently in that kind of mode.
bro, 100%. And like as delusional as that is, like who's to say that it's not real? Like what if that actually happens? And hello, now Toronto becomes the new LA in terms of weather, and we're good because we cracked the matrix of this shitty
That's what, dude.
fucking.
That's why we got to get you more followers, man. We got to elevate your voice because, yeah, man. Like that's, dude. When you got to be the king of your kingdom and not, like you put your trust in someone else's kingdom and like things could go wrong. Like you're better off crafting your own reality that you have control over because no one's going to care about you other than yourself at a certain point in life. Like you're gonna get rug pulled anyways, you
Yeah,
know what
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean?
No one's
So you
gonna
got to
save
just
you.
create
Nobody's
your own
coming.
reality, man.
Nobody's coming to save you, man. You gotta. And I'm talking to everybody at home that's listening, man. Nobody's gonna come save you. Not at the end of the day. The truth is, unfortunately, not me, not FG,
No,
not
yeah,
anybody on the
no.
internet, not like
There's
no.
no basic income coming. Like the currency's being devalued, and I don't see any talk about basic income. Like there's like what are we gonna do when things get 2 times harder? That's like another lesson Bitcoin teaches is like Bitcoin with the halvenings, it's like twice as hard to mine the same amount of Bitcoin. Like what happens when the dollar is like our purchasing power is half as much and it's like twice as much labor to
Dude,
get
yeah,
everything
man,
done.
with
It's like
inflation,
life is gonna get twice as hard.
man, it's gonna. I think we're actually like I think things are gonna get bad across the board for everybody and everything. And maybe the scapegoat is crypto. I mean, look, not even just crypto. Look, gold has been moving, silver's been moving, and so I don't know. It's just things can only be corrupt and hidden for so long before it falls apart. And like in general, I mean, I think the world is just like look at gold, dude. In general, I think the world is just I don't know.
Gold is sound money, man. Yeah, but I think Bitcoin is sound money as well at this point. I believe in gold and silver just like the founders did, and I guess that would be Bitcoin and Litecoin. Is Litecoin really the silver to
Dude,
Bitcoin? I'm not sure,
I
but
don't know.
I
We
don't
gotta
know,
we
bro.
gotta we gotta get Randy in that Randy in here for that one. Randy knows all about Litecoin. I have no
I'm
idea.
not ready to plead Litecoin. I'm not ready to plead Litecoin's case yet,
I
but
don't I don't know
Charlie Lee's a good dude.
I don't know what any of the fundamentals do. People talk about, oh, building games on Solana, building this. I don't know any of it. I know how price gets from A to B. Couldn't tell you what Dogecoin does. Couldn't tell you what ADA does. I know a little bit about XRP, but like, what do these things do? I have absolutely no idea. So I'm not the right person to ask. Simon, no, we're
Man,
not
so what do you
high.
think about? Do you think we're at a current bounce level, or do you think this could go down lower?
So I'll tell you what I think right now. This morning in my VIP, I gave my VIP members some some short zones, and we actually I mean I give my levels all the time. So if we're getting into the TA of it, in my swing trades, like we're good. If you can see my screen, I'm on my screen now,
Yeah.
not on yours anymore. But I got I got a nice actually if I hide my positions here, let's hide the positions so we know we're in the position. So let's just hide it. Swing trades. So, I mean, we came perfectly to my box, and this box was drawn, I'm not even joking, literally 2 months ago. Okay, so chat, whoever's in VIP can attest to that. Like, I've had this level for quite some time, and we could get somewhat of a bounce here in a trading perspective. Now we're coming up to short zones, so we'll have to wait and see. Structure officially on the 18-hour time frame, which is the highest time frame that you can use kind of like this structure on, has officially flipped bearish. So the daily is still not bearish, but 18 and under is. And so
Okay.
though I do think it's possible to go higher, because obviously everything is possible, in my opinion, I think that we have, in general, approached a macro high, whether that means that we're taking the high one more time and then dumping or not. Like I think we're here. I think we're here, man. Somewhere up here where even if like, we have a high, we get somewhat of a decent retracement, we get one more high and then we come down. I think that this bull market is going to be two legs or two like at least two waves like this, in a sense, where you have like this kind of double top going on. And I think that in general we're overextended. I think that in general, we can fall down to 53K, we can fall down to 40K, and it won't be like, oh my God, the world is ending. Like I think it's actually for Bitcoin to go higher and for everyone's vision to come true, and 100K, 150K, 200K, whatever they're saying. I think that getting this retracement is a more bullish thing long term, instead of like everyone panicking. I think, like I said, you make crypto on the way down, you make money on the way up. Well, we already had our way up, right? We had it. So the best question to ask, like Bitcoin's up 350% from the bear market low. So the best question to ask is, let's just say Bitcoin hits 100K, right? Everyone wants 100K. Let's just say it hits it. Would you rather have one Bitcoin or two Bitcoins in your wallet? And so when price falls like this and you get these like, and I don't care what anybody says, getting an 86% move in any asset over 1 month, like that's overextended in any asset, whether it's crypto or not. Like that's madness, right? Like
Yeah, I would say like whoever saved that market definitely deserves like to get paid.
Yeah,
for
and so
saving that asset. Yeah, if I was looking at that chart
uh,
unbiased.
man, 100%. And so when we get these pullbacks, it gives you a chance to purchase more of what at the end of the day we all believe in. I come across as sometimes a villain. Like I wish that on red days
Well,
my
come on,
my
no, you really are a villain, Geo. You really,
I
you
wish
really
I
stick
wish
that dagger in sometimes,
yo,
man.
you know what I'm doing, bro? I'm just taking the dagger out of my back. No one stabs me in the back. My people are good to me, but the ones that come in, I'm just taking the dagger out of me and I'm stabbing them back. That's all I'm doing. Man, I don't bite. I'm like, but when people bite me, that's when I start chirping a little bit. But my overall kind of like, yeah, I do think higher. I think that us leaving these highs intact is more bullish long term. But am I surprised about this move? No, not at all. And I mean, if I zoom out and I come on the weekly time frame, like I said, man, this is a correction, right? So am I going to sit here and say I'm satisfied with this so far? At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what I want or what you want. Like Bitcoin's going to do what Bitcoin's going to do. This I would argue now is starting to get to an acceptable level of retracement, but I'm really hoping for more of this. I want 50%. Because we know what Bitcoin can do, even in the healthiest bull market, we know that it can really pull back, right? And so I think in order for us to get that push to the upside, that 100K that everybody wants, that I think we need to have a deeper retracement. I don't think it's anything abnormal. I don't think there's any reason to panic. Would I consider buying if Bitcoin goes down to, 40K? Yeah, maybe a little bit. If it goes down to 30K, probably I'd buy a lot more. Yeah. But from where we're at right now, I don't think there's anything to worry about. I do think that there's a lot more room for the downside. I do think sell in May, walk away is a very big thing. And I do think it's going to be a cold winter. I think we come back in late August, early September. And I think you don't hit the
It
buy
could be
button.
a slow grind too, man. I was thinking about like the year closes, and imagine that we're only at the levels we were at during the ETF. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
and
I,
you just get like this red yearly candle, and it's like this. I don't know, like some sort of Bitcoin is dead type thing, where people are like, just it's just total egg in the face of anyone who was bullish at the top, and then from that point, it can finally go up. But
man,
yeah, like
yeah,
that's
I
the
don't
psychology of a top. If that was the top that we just saw,
like, I don't
then
think that would
you got to
even
see
be
the opposite sentiment.
I don't even think that would be a bad thing. That's the thing is like, like I said, and not just that, bro, but when everybody wants one thing, does it happen?
It
So,
never just does one thing.
well, I mean, for me at least, all I heard was 100K, 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 right? So, I don't know. Do you think it's going to hit 100K?
I didn't even hear 100K. I was hearing like
I
300K and like
know.
a million, bro. I was the only one saying 100K, and I didn't say it's going to 100K. I said I'm gonna grind my ass off until we get there. You know. But people weren't saying 100K. They were saying way higher shit. They were
Yeah.
like fucking 100K was like a nice conservative target if Grayscale wasn't taking so many profits like at break even. But it makes sense because they save Bitcoin basically. So it's like, they got people to take care of, and there's not much Bitcoin on exchanges. So yeah, I mean I don't know, they gotta just they're like they have so much Bitcoin that it's gonna take years to potentially sell the Bitcoin that they have, and they may be looking at trying to get into other coins entirely or like other things.
Yeah,
Like they
100%.
they may have way more Bitcoin than they want, but they're just like trying to freaking sell it all, you know?
I can't even I don't even think altcoin season has started yet. Like we've had a crazy run for sure, but if you can see my screen now, like this is dominance. This is alt
Yeah.
season. This, right? May of
One
2021.
thing you
Like
were super right on, which I agreed. Like I was tweeting about this, was with the racist Solano coins. and
Yeah,
how that was
man.
the
Like,
top on Solana, like how Solana's bait, like that's it, like it's
bro,
over.
like there
It's
are
like you guys had your fun.
Nazi
Yeah,
coins doing like 10,000% in like 14 minutes, bro. Like, you know what I mean? That's it's crazy, dude. It's actually crazy. It's crazy, bro. But I mean, look, that's the game that we're in. This is the roller coaster that we signed up for. You know, day in and day out. I think we just got to keep doing what we're doing. I think that the squad, the market cipher people, are doing a good job as a whole, remaining objective, and we all have our own spin on it. We all have our own personality, our own approach to this entire game. And I mean, we keep on keeping on. You know, whether we have racist coins coming up or not. I think you know, we just take it for what it is, one day at a time, and we keep doing those push-ups.
there's definitely a lot to learn about like what happened the last 2 months. Like it was a crazy last 2 months in crypto. I don't really recall any like months in crypto quite like it, but there were some similarities to like other tops. Like you had the crypto events that were kind of memed on, like the
Yeah.
Dubai shit with them all getting flooded,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah. That was
just there was,
crazy.
like I said, Michael Saylor getting on stage and everyone worshiping him, like, myself included, bro. It's like, man, when Bitcoin's going up like that and it's still in that momentum play kind of like trading environment, and that's all the data you have, like Michael Saylor you start zooming into those neck rolls, bro. I'm telling you.
Dude, it could be a lot of fun, man, if you know what you're doing and all of a sudden like your asset is pumping like a unbelievable amount in such a short time and it's like, you
Yeah.
know, Bitcoin
I
is
mean, it's
acting
good for
like these
education.
racist
Yeah.
Bitcoin's acting
It
like
get
these racist coins, like it's crazy, you know?
I actually got a lot of fighters set up with their first crypto wallets, and like I sent them their first $100 in Bitcoin. It was 6 different fighters, including Mike Perry.
Man, that's like
So
a
so yeah,
cool
during all
that's
that
really
hype,
cool.
like I definitely did like a little bit of missionary work, almost like how a monk would like go to a foreign land to like teach someone in a foreign land about like Christianity or something. It was like I
Yeah.
kind of did that with Bitcoin, and like I chose like influential people because of the connections we have thanks to my brother. Like I kind of made the most out of what he did with that mic sponsor, and like I've got a lot of fighters who like it's just been great, man. Like that's the only people I follow on my social media is like you guys, the educators, and like anyone doing the push-ups with me, and all these fighters and shit.
Yeah, man, you
So
brought the
that's how I
people
stay so
together.
focused. You got to curate. One thing I would recommend you guys do is curate your algorithm. Like unsubscribe all the shit on YouTube from like 10 years ago and really dial in on like what you really want to be watching, and make sure it's like market related or like related to your success and stuff, and like get rid of all the extra voices and like people sapping your attention on social media, and really just like follow what's important
Dude,
and follow the people who are important.
bro, 100%. I believe in that so much. Like my Twitter, even like my personal Instagram and whatever. Dude, it was all girls and just distractions and fucking porn and like, you know, whatever. And I flipped it and I mean now my algorithm is all kind of like 1% mindset and discipline and hitting the gym and trading and whatever. And I think that like in general, you know, you will be like you absorb what's around you, you know, whether it's content, whether it's like people, you know, you're a byproduct, in my opinion, of like the 5 closest people to you, right? Like if you want to know somebody, go like see who their friends are. I think that that applies within content as well. And if you keep your what's exposed to you just garbage, right? And like all the quick dopamine hits that don't serve you any purpose and force you further within the matrix, like that's not really the
Yeah.
best approach to being successful with anything, in my opinion, anyway.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it may feel nice to have like politicians or I guess like talking heads on YouTube affirming what you already believe. But like I kind of already know what I believe, and so I don't need to listen to Tim Pool every day or just a single one person out, because I'm not being fair. But it's like I don't want to become Tim Pool. So
Yeah.
like I don't need to listen to one guy like in his political opinion all the time. Like I already know what I believe. That was an old part of my life where I was like following up on all these people's opinions all the time, and it's not like that anymore. Like I have too much time spent seeing what Geo posted today, or what, you know what I'm saying? Like I got people, I guess, that use markets. Like I gotta pay attention to Market Cipher TV basically. I don't have the time to oh, what's this celebrity thinking, or what's this football player drama with his girlfriend, or what's Ben Shapiro saying today? Like I don't follow that shit anymore, bro.
MCTV, bro. We gotta get that going. We
Dude,
gotta get
we
that
that's what we
going.
got going, man. That's what's going on. It's just we're decentralized, man.
Yeah. No, we gotta get like well, I don't want to step on any toes here, but I want to get all the Market Cipher people on one show, like right now. Not right now, but you know what I'm saying. Like let's just all like shoot the shit
Yeah.
together, online. We'll do a live shit. I think people will fuck with it. But
Shit's dude, it's become more real than ever, man. Like I love it, man. I love it. I think man, I don't know if it's just something that was already happening, or if like me, because my brother doesn't really show his face, so I don't know if me showing my face like made everything more real, less like parasocial for everybody involved. Although Jason Casper, I don't know if we'll ever get him off his chicken farm, man.
dude,
He's
this
probably
guy,
never gonna.
I don't
We'll have to
know.
ride up on horseback.
Man, this guy is just like if you're into the whole doing everything on your own thing like Jay's doing, I gotta say, man, this guy is killing the game in every way. Like, super inspirational. There's no doubt that he's had a big influence on me.
Did you see
And
his old pics of himself too, dude?
like what wasn't he was like wasn't he fat or
He
something?
had a before and after. Yeah, his before pic is insane.
I don't know if I
It's
saw it. I don't know if I think I saw one of his face. Like I see the one that he posts where he like looks like kind of like a tranny. Like but he advertised it
yeah.
as such, So um yeah, anyway,
Oh,
but
dude, someone in the chat asked what I think of Ron Paul. That was the first politician I ever liked, was Ron Paul. I donated $20 to his campaign when I was a teenager because I couldn't vote at the time. But like I always remember what he said about like end the Fed. I remember that he got gypped by Mitt Romney. Like it actually should have been him, but he got slapped with like racist accusations, and they kind of did to him what they did to Trump, but because the Pauls are like kind people, he got like just buried by it, whereas Trump was able to like out manifest tweet his way out of it. But Ron Paul was like, man, his a lot of his ideas are aging like fine wine. And he like Bitcoin, he's like from before Bitcoin. So he believes gold and silver are like the only real currencies. But I think, I don't follow him much anymore, but I'm pretty sure he is like pro crypto. I don't know how
yeah.
much he knows about like CBDCs and all that stuff, but he's
Yeah,
still
yeah,
he's
yeah.
still alive and kicking, like putting his thoughts out there.
Well, I'll tell you this. I mean, number one, I wouldn't expect someone of this age to be super involved in something as new as Bitcoin. I mean, Bitcoin's only been around for like 13, 14 years, whatever. So that's number one. But I'll tell you this. I had no idea who Ron Paul was because I am Canadian. So I just Googled him right now. And if you see my screen, the first impression I had was he looks like the Ganondorf guy or Gandalf or whatever from from Lord of the Rings. So I have it up here. He looks exactly like that actor.
He got me passionate about politics. I like learned a lot about Keynesian economics, and like being liberty minded, and I was following up on a lot of the like executive orders and things Obama was doing, like the NDAA or whatever. Like that was such a long time ago, but
Yeah,
I
I
just
know.
remember being a teenager and like just being very pro Ron Paul.
Wait, this guy
And I
is
was definitely an odd man out on the school playground, man. Like we're at lunchtime or whatever. Like I did not find anybody who thought like I did.
is this guy a Republican? Oh, look, there's a picture of him with Bitcoin in
He
the
ran as a
background.
Republican, but he was a libertarian, which libertarians got a bad rap because they're in their purest form, they're like anti-border,
Mm.
and they don't believe in. They want to end the Fed, so that would like mean that the U.S. dollar doesn't have the grip over its allies, and like the
Yeah,
whole
yeah,
system. It's
yeah.
like an upheaval type. He preached an upheaval type of message.
Cool. Yeah.
But it's ideas of men like Ron Paul that I feel like fuel a lot of the original Bitcoin wave. Like in the 2021 bull run, there was a lot of artists and a lot more liberal types getting into Bitcoin. But before that, in like the 2017 bull run, back in that BitConnect era, and before that, it was like a lot of like liberty minded people, like people anticipating like the collapse of the dollar and like seeing Bitcoin as sound money. So it's kind of just an extension of like like the liberty movement. Like at least that's how I saw Bitcoin. So when people say that Bitcoin was created by the U.S. government, I don't buy that shit
Yeah,
because
I
I
don't
think
buy
the
it
U.S.
either.
government's too stupid for that. For that, they were too stupid for that.
I don't buy it either. I think like I mean I heard word about like different countries creating in a sense their own digital coin that would replace the dollar. So like there would be I don't know what it would be called, but like a Canada coin, like US coin, and it would essentially serve the same as crypto. But I don't know how number one how real that is. But I definitely don't agree, or I definitely don't. I also don't believe that this was created by the U.S. government or any government in that case, because we can see them trying to control it, right, and failing miserably at that in trying to control this asset, which is why the SEC is coming and attacking every end of crypto at all times, and whatever else that these guys are doing. So I think for sure that they didn't create it, and I just think I mean we'll see what happens with
It
with the
definitely
whole.
was someone with a good idea of monetary policy. Like they baked in. It was someone who was very, very smart. Of the monetary policy. He even played the role of like a crypto founder the right way by effing off and never dumping and shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just Satoshi's my idol, bro. I don't know how he's not more people's idol, even though you can't see him. He did exist or does exist, and he is currently the founder of this invention. And so that email leak did mean a lot to me. Like when I saw that push-up email, and I was already doing push-ups, like I was
Man,
like, damn, man, that's
maybe you're
cool.
his long lost cousin or something, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Ron Paul would be a funny candidate for the creator of Bitcoin, but
Is it like
unfortunately, that's probably not the case.
is it still conspiracy? Not conspiracy, but like is it like it's not no one knows who actually started it? Is that how it goes? I don't know. I don't like I said, I don't know anything
I
about
don't
it.
even know if it was one person or if it was many.
I feel like it had to have been like at least more than one.
Yeah, but it was someone who had a knowledge of,
Like the I
financial policy. It was someone with that Illuminati education, like a Jesuit or Jewish education with
yeah.
a sound, foundation in all this shit.
Well, perhaps some questions are left to be unanswered, and it's better that way. Perhaps it is better that way. Nick, I'm gonna ask you one question, and then I think we can wrap up here, because
Yeah.
you got a flight. When is your flight? When are you're leaving
A
today?
couple hours, man. We're chilling.
Oh, you're leaving
What's
today.
the question,
I
man?
got one question for you that I asked everybody that I've ever collabed with. Okay. Bull market high, exact dollar amount. Guys, this is non-financial advice. Don't listen to Nick. He has no idea what he's talking about, but exact dollar high for Bitcoin across this entire bull market cycle. What is the exact dollar number that you think it's going to get to? Or if you were going to
Hmm.
you had to give an exact number, what's the high?
I would say like $112,000 for the top.
112. You know what Randy Hipper said?
What?
690,000. She's all
Yeah,
about the
maybe it could
memes.
go, $2,452,000. How about
That's
that? That's your cycle top.
that's crazy, dude. I
No,
don't
I feel like 112,000, but that's like by this time next year. Dude, I don't know, man. Like I don't really like the sense of time is a little rough for me. I always told people since I started my community, I've got a flashlight. I can't see what's on the other side of the mountain. I really just have the intraday VWAP guiding me on what's going on today, and I just have some key levels generated by the anchor tool, and that's all I got, man. And I just teach people to follow up on the markets using what I got. Maybe they can figure out a better way to do it. But yeah, like, you know, for like, I just want to be that steady baseline for people that, one, you got to give a shit about this and be consistent. You got to take care of yourself and your family while you're doing it. And you honestly don't gotta try to make these big calls. Just get your profit and get out.
Yeah, man, 100%. And like that's something that I think a lot of people don't really understand is that, at the end of the day, we're all given the same data. We're all given the same information. And so, it's a hard question to answer because how is anyone going to know? Like you said, you can't see on the other side of the tunnel or on the other side of the mountain, either or. And these people online, our viewers don't understand that just because we do this doesn't mean we don't have any I don't have any edge over anyone else. Like we're all given the same amount of data. And so people that are like, oh man, obviously if you say this and eventually it happens, it's gonna do it and whatever, like just don't understand that the game is all probabilities and whatever. I don't remember what my exact number was in my last collab that I gave, but I remember it was 94 something. I think it was 94,418 was my guess for the cycle top. I don't know, man. I'm in the belief that we don't hit 100K. I just feel like 100 is going to be so hard to get to. Like, how when we're at whole numbers, like people front run that shit all the time. And like the big 100, like people are going to front run 100K by like $8,000, $9,000. $7,000, right? It's not going to be like, okay, I'm going to sell it at 99, because then people are going to say, all right, well, people are going to front run 99, so I'm going to sell it at 98. And then people are going to say, all right, I'm going to sell at 97. Like 100 is a big number. So
Yeah.
I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But who knows, man? Who
I
knows?
just feel like by the time it's gonna take a while to get there, for one, and two, like as it's going up there, we'll have that market structure to make it bust through. But then I just think it's gonna like only go a little bit over. I don't know.
Man,
But
it's gonna be, I'll tell you this, it's gonna be crazy. I think if we pop 100, like, this is gonna be
it
nuts,
would be good
dude.
for like altcoins if like Bitcoin hit 100. It would be good for like the space as a whole. It generates a lot of hype. That's a really hypey number, 100K.
Yeah, exactly.
But that would be like a crazy. Imagine that day, man. Like all the self-actualizing and the crown songs and the push-ups and shit. Like that'll be such a fun day.
Bro, on Bitcoin where like, or on TradingView, like how it shows your days range. I feel like the day
Hmm.
Bitcoin hits 100, if it's gonna hit 100, the days range would be like insane. Like it would be from like 87 to to like 112 or whatever, like at your prediction high, like something like that. Like I think it would just be insane on the top because the amount, like, imagine the liquidity. We know when Bitcoin runs, it runs, and every tick here where you can see the price moving at those numbers are going to move by like $1,000. Like you're going to enter a position and you're going to be up $1,000 in 15 seconds. You know what I mean? So who knows, man? Who knows? Who knows?
My goal is to do 100 push-ups in one set on that day. So I'm just gonna
Oh
be grinding,
man.
man. And
How many
yeah,
can you
man. If
do
it
now?
about 40.
Okay.
But
100 is
but my
hard.
quality but my quality's been getting better. Like if I did cheese push-ups, I could probably bust out honestly like probably like 50 shitter push-ups. But
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
as you get better at doing more, it's like I've almost been doing the same amount of push-ups. Like I'll do like sets of 25 by 4 most days. And it's like I'm still doing 25. It's just I'll sit there at the bottom, like the reps get better and stuff. You just like do it better.
Well, I'll tell
But
you, I'll tell you
yeah.
this, man. The day that it happens, I will join you for the 101 set. It is hard. Like to do it in one go. I think the most that I could do, my average at one time is like 60, but getting to, I mean, 100, I hope it happens, man. I hope it happens, and I'll be excited to see you do it in one set because it's not an easy thing to do. So I want to see the flop and groper hit
Dude, yeah,
100.
it's a calisthenics journey with extra steps. That's basically what it is. It's crazy. But I've been eating protein. I'm on creatine and getting sleep, so
Nice.
I'm not on steroids yet, guys.
Nice.
So,
Yeah, I'm on
but yeah,
creatine
man,
too. So
I gotta pack my shit. So
all
thanks
right,
for having
brother.
me on,
Well,
bro.
I
Cheers,
appreciate
guys.
you. I appreciate you being here, man. Thank you very much.
All right,
Look,
good
have
night.
fun in LA. See you. Or in
Thank you.
Vegas, rather.
Thank you, man.
Guys, that was the flopping Groper. Big shouts out to flopping Groper. Guys, follow him on X here. I'll post the link again. He also has a YouTube channel. If you don't know, that is that's the man right there. That's Crypto Face's brother. So thank you to Nick for being here. All right, guys, listen. Your boy's going to New York tomorrow. So today's the last stream for the week. I will see you guys next week. Hit the like button for the G, Mr. Flopping Groper himself. And yeah, I mean, did you guys like that? Was that fun? I think that was the longest I've ever gone without listening to music.
Look, hey, why do I know that my time coming?
All right, let me recap what happened here real quick. Let's hit y'all with this off before I bounce. Before I bounce, guys, what's going on? Look, first things first, as I mentioned earlier today, Bitcoin came perfectly into our zone. Thank you, Nick. Bitcoin came perfectly into our zone. Okay, I didn't long this. I want to come and take the low one more time. Why did I not long it? Because, oh, you guys can see my short levels. I didn't long it because structure, your 5-minute high is all the way up here still. So I'm not gonna long while your 5-minute high is way up here. I ain't long in that. 3-minute flipped, but until this high gets hit, I'll consider long. Basically, for me, I'm only gonna short. Not only gonna short, but until this high gets hit or this guy gets hit, everything else is all internal. So I ain't interested. Ba-ba-bum, I tell you long ago. Da-na-na. You're long from 56.9? Nice, bro. I actually shorted on stream. On stream. I got in a bit late because I was, we were chatting, but I shorted right here. I tell you. Gio, what do I think about hiking the sheet candles and scalping and using them for confluence with market cipher? I'll tell you my opinion. I don't think you're gonna like it, but I'll tell you it. I don't like hiking the sheet candles personally. I don't like hiking the sheet candles because they're confusing to me. It just doesn't, like, I don't know where price opened or closed. Okay, I know like Crypto Face and some of my other market cipher colleagues like the hike and the sheet candles. I'm not a fan of them because it's just confusing to me, right? For me, like, the hike and the sheet candles do an average of where you like of the candle of the previous candle. So while it remains good in trends, I can also use market cipher B to see what's good with trends. So I don't need to use hike and the sheet candles, and I know that market cipher was designed for hike and the sheet candles. I'm just not a fan of him. Not a fan of them. And so how can I use market cipher A with hike and the sheet? Also couldn't tell you because I've literally never used hike and the sheet candles. They're so confusing to me. It's my opinion. Didn't that make a new high? No, it didn't. This is your 5-minute structure. So we're probably going to come for the low right now. But this is my, this is your 5-minute structure. It's literally just this. That's your 5-minute structure. That's your high. That's your low. Nothing else. Everything else is internal. Everything else is internal. I would not be surprised if we come take the low right now. If we come take the low right now, which it looks like we're gunning for. If we come in, we take the low right now, then I'll look for shorts, because then your 5-minute structure changes to this. Although this pump is not really great for that. The whole point was so that we only come up to here, then we take the low again, and then we can work with 5-minute structure. But now there's no difference between this high and this high. Like, you'd still not want this to happen. Yeah, we're gonna come take the low. We're gonna come take the low. Man, this would have been an amazing scalping session. I didn't take the long, but I did take the short. So I am short right now. I need to know what the price is right now. I don't want to see two prices and have decide. Yeah, man, that's what I'm telling you. Like, that's why I don't like Heiken Ishii candles. Because you don't enter. My biggest beef is you don't enter on an average. You don't enter or exit on an average. So why would I want to see the average? Makes no sense to me. Not to mention, it makes structure horrendous. Shorts or longs if we break? Well, I mean, depend. We'll see. We'll see what happens here. I think we're going to come and touch the low. TP1 is the low. TP1. Oh, yeah. Was there FOMC today? Man, fuck FOMC, bro. They do stupid news every 2 seconds. Every 2 days, there's FOMC. Okay, wait, let's really quickly see if we're gonna actually come to the low. If we have a reason not to. That guy's gone. This guy's gone. Are we seeing the 53K dip? We might. I don't know why you're spamming me, but we might. I don't know, man. I'm not a magician. Oh, you guys can't hear the music? Why not? Y'all should be able to hear the... Y'all should be able to hear it. You know it's not the same. No, I didn't long. I didn't long. Listen, I'm not really interested in longs. And I told him, like, I'm not really that interested in longs until, I mean, I guess this could be an accumulation here. But I mean, it's a very ugly looking accumulation. I would like to take the low one more time. Because it makes you, if we touch the low, and we don't have to for the record, but if we do take the low one more time, it allows us to use 5-minute structure. Right now, your 5-minute high, like I said, is all the way up here. So that's no good to us. So we can only use 3-minute structure. And 3-minute structure, like, are you going to trust a 3-minute structure flip from a move that swept liquidity from 2 months ago? Right? Like, this is a relatively big move. Are you going to trust 3-minute structure? Probably not. It's probably not the smartest idea. So I want to at least use 5. But the thing about it being 5-minute structure is it wouldn't even be 5-minute structure. It would be 1 hour structure. It would be like, even like your 1 hour would change, 2 hour wouldn't change. So 1 hour down. If we touch the low again, it changes all of your 1 hour down. Pander, pander, pander. Geo, you're ignorant, he says. Who says? Who's calling me ignorant? What confirmations did I see when I was shorting? Well, first of all, we came into this range-based supply. Right? That's why I had these drawn up. I saw this being drawn up. And then I saw the divs on MCB, man. I saw this, right? I saw this. I saw up, structure flip, retest, and then I entered like somewhere here because I was on the phone. I was late. Pander, pander, pander. Oh, it says I'm ignorant. Credit cards and a scammers. White is a killing on camera. Oh. Wait, show your trade, such an ignorant. This ain't the real saying. No way. Don't buy it. But let's see what my entry point is. My entry is 5.8. Basically 5.87. 5.87. Right here is my entry. Look, I'll show you my entry. Even though I ain't going... I don't need to show shite anymore to you guys. You guys blew it. I showed you shit and y'all started tweaking. That's my entry. This red line. I've been on my own for long enough. Maybe you could show me how to love. Maybe. Bro, I don't know. I'm just seeing ignorant in the chat all of a sudden. All right, let's see. Let's see if we come to that low. I want to touch the low. That would be great. That would be wonderful. I'm going to TP at the low. Gonna say do. I'm blinded by the lines. Bro, I get hate on, Jew. I get hate on all the time. All the time. They don't like reality. They don't like reality. They want me to say up only and lie to you guys. Bullshit? Okay, bro. Why would I lie about that? Boom, boom. I'm blinded by the lights. I also took profit on my long while we were up here. BT dubs. That much I did. Light up the sky. Road in overdrive. Baby. The city's cold and empty. Man, I would love to touch the low. Give me one more low. Theoretically, we don't have to, but getting a hate is how you know it's going well. Brother, I've been getting hate for so long, I don't even care anymore. I don't even care anymore, bruv. Don't matter to me. You don't believe it? No problem. Oh, whoops. Don't believe it because, disclaimer, guys, while I open up my window because I accidentally closed it. Disclaimer. All content presented is a complete joke and should not be taken seriously. Geo is an incompetent 5'2" and 3/4 wannabe singer, non-financial advisor. Crypto is a scam. Making money online is impossible. Global warming is real. And the earth is flat. So don't listen to me because I am lying. Nice one, Joe. You made a plan and sticking to it. Well done, brother. Well, I appreciate it, man. And listen, shout out to the VIP members because we gave this short level, this short zone this morning. In the stream this morning. Man, look, guys. I say this all the time, man. By the way, actually, okay, I'm going to make this announcement, then we're going to call it. By the way, big changes are coming to VIP soon. That's number one. Number two, make a plan and then stick to the plan, and then you won't have FOMO. You won't have FOMO. Have my presidents raised taxes at all yet? Yeah, man. 66% on all capital gains. All right, guys, listen. Bro, first I leak your OnlyFans. Yeah. All right, guys, listen. My VIP members get access to Jet. That should already be enough reason. Hit the like button. and have a good weekend, everybody. Have an amazing weekend. The link is in the description down below, brother. The link is in the description down below. You go to tradewithgeo.com. You go to join VIP, and it's right there. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to be here. I'm not streaming for the rest of the week. I'm going to New York tomorrow. I know it's Wednesday, but I'm going to New York tomorrow. So to me, it's Friday. And we going to hit this one again. And then we going to biz ounce, all right? We going to bounce from the 6, and we hitting up New York City. We're hitting up the Big Apple. But y'all know I got to be exaggeratory and run this again. So this is what we going to do. I'm going to thank you all for staying. Shouts out to Nick Cypher. Shouts out to the flopping Groper. Shouts out to all my Discord people. Shouts out to all humans across the globe. And shouts out to Kiss, baby, because hello, this is fire. Fire. Where is it? Where's my thing? Why can't I get it up? That's what she said. Do 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 do. Guys, have a good week.